I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got some news. Yeah, I'm back. I was gone for a sec, now I'm back. On a unwanted vacation where I was at. Time to get the thoughts right back in my head. Bearer of bad news, yeah, I'm back. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got some news, yeah, I'm back. First day out, all I needed pad and something to write with. Going out, now I'm in the booth and I'm going in. Feel some type of way, well I tell you now I feel the same. Ain't nobody give me a pop, man, to piss in. Mama never held my hand, running around wildin'. Glenn, that's what the older Zoes call me. My god brother KG, blacker than any African, but he's smoother than any criminal that I ever seen. Y'all already know who my right hand man is, Mr. Teflon, any living little Pakistan. Man, I missed my man while I was gone in the can. All I had time to do, man, was sit back and think, reconstruct my brain. Now I'm ready to get back in the paint. Double dribble, turnover. Now I'm playing defense. Hardcore in the water is more like single swim. The way that I'm smoking, call it the ocean twins.
KWIK, daily devotions. God talk. Yeah, that God talk. Yahweh, bunch of Yahweh. Y'all gotta excuse me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting out of meditation. Getting out of meditation, there's 333. You know, I know y'all call them angel numbers or whatnot. I just call them numbers, but God talks to me through those numbers. And I decided to actually do this devotion right after meditation because I just got that download. So I apologize for my voice sounding like this. In the sense of, it's my sexy voice. My wife calls this my sexy voice, so I ain't trying to seduce y'all or anything, but it's like my throat chakra is activated to the max. You feel me? So, God talk, right? A lot of people that have a hard time necessarily connecting with God. And why is that? Why is connecting with God such a challenge for so many people that proclaim and say they serve God? I'm gonna be real with y'all real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. And this is why, being the chosen one, sometimes you feel like you're by yourself, but you're not. And the reason why I'm stopping and, you know, pumping the brakes right here is because a lot of people serve God. I don't serve God. I don't serve God, bro. I do not serve God. Not I. I do not serve God. See, a lot of people serve God. See, that's a bracket that you're in. I'm not in that bracket. You get where I'm going with this? That's a bracket. A lot of people serve God. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people serve God. A lot of people don't know how to communicate and talk to God. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, they'll pray, right? And say, God help. God help. God help. God help me in this situation. Listen to that prayer. Who are you talking to? No, for real, who you talking to? Like, who are you talking to? When you say God help, who you talking to? You talking to the moon in the sky? No, for real, I want to know who you talking to. Because first of all, the talk is wrong. Like, a lot of people, they don't understand God has a lingo. See, a lot of Christians and people that's, like I say, I'm gonna leave y'all in the bracket of serve God. But do you really serve him? Because if you serve him, you would understand his laws, right? His laws. You guys know man's laws better than you know his laws. That's silly to me. That's so silly to me. That's so silly to me. You know what I mean? And God talk, you gotta be able to talk to God. So I brought up numbers, right? And I'm speaking about 3 and 33 and 333, anything that's like God talks to me through these numbers. Like right now, I just looked at this clock that's ticking for me recording this. It just hit 333. And 33 is a master number. And when I say it's a master number, I knew that since I always knew numbers for some reason. As a kid, when I was an adolescent, I would look at a number and it would really speak to me in the inside, and I would just know it. I would download it. So I knew that 33 was the mark that I had to get to. I knew it was like life was gonna be, a clawing until I got to 33. But how did I know that at such a young age, right? That's kind of like intuition and just going with it. You see, a lot of people serve God. So when you serve God, that means like kind of you're still like in homeroom. You get what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with being in homeroom, dog. But homeroom, you don't get the whole gist of everything yet. And when I say I knew 33 was gonna be such a monumental time of life for me, it's simply because of this. That's when Jesus died. Like, do y'all not pay attention to the Bible? Like, y'all not paying attention to the laws? Like, Jesus died at what? How come we know the age of Jesus died? You know what I mean? Okay, so if I know the age of Jesus dying, that number right there gotta mean something big. Because 33 gotta have to do something with some God talk. You get what I'm saying? So God talking right there. So I peeped that. So I knew. And when I got to 25 and I had like this shift of life with, you know what I mean, Spirit indicated to me that we had one more run, bro. Like, it ain't over yet. And when kind of he gave me that nudge, I knew that the next transition was 33. You know what I mean? But I knew from 33 that was Jesus. So I'm like, man, from there on out, I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be boom sticked up. Like, for real. And I sincerely believed in that wish being fulfilled since an adolescent. So, you know, with God talk, you got to understand how he talk. You know what I mean? Like, when they say you have to become like water, truly, you have to become like water. To become like water is to become like God. You know what I mean? Like God talk, like his flow, you know what I mean? Like that water is you can see water, but it's clear. So think about looking at water like you're looking at God. You know what I mean? Like it's clear. Like if you put water in a cup, it's clear, but you know it's there. You know what I mean? You must become like water. That's God talk. So, you know what I mean? On the real, I'm really just trying to get y'all up there. And it's cool to be able to actually do this because I never talk to anybody doing after my meditation. Because meditation is a very, very sacred time for me. You know what I mean? Meditation, I don't even F my wants, bruh. Like, for real. You can hear it in my voice, dog. F my wants. My wants, when it comes to meditation, dog, I don't care about my wants. It's about, I always have to constantly remind myself when I'm in meditation that, I'm here for you, Abba. I'm here to pour and let you know how much I love you and praise you. I'm not trying to even worry about my own situation, my own problems. And that's where meditation, empowers you. Is when you relinquish your own desire, your own pain, and say, God, you know what, I'm even putting that to the side because this time right here is sacred for you. And that's how you honestly begin to silence the mind. And when you silence the mind, God talks, you know what I mean? He allows the divine dove to come down because the divine dove will not come into that mind where God is at. Your imagination, that's Jesus himself, you know what I mean? The divine dove won't come down there. God won't talk down there. He won't come down there because our minds are so filthy. So I'm trying to make y'all understand how God talk. You know what I'm saying? So get with it. So this is what I did for this meditation. We're in the month of October, so it's the month of Aries. It's the month of fire. You know what I'm saying? Aries got that passion, deep passion. I'm an Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? Just by dropping on the calendar. But, if you really peep game, we're all one, you know what I mean? right? So I tap into my Aries vibe. Damn right. I'm like, I could get that fire too. You know what I mean? I got the boomstick. I got to be able to tap into all this. So what I did with meditation was honestly a 15-minute meditation. I'm going to break it down, an exercise for y'all to do on your own. And I sat Indian style, okay? So I sat Indian style, and I love to do meditation outside. Like, if you can hear it right now, you can hear water, right? So I kind of do all my devotions, the quick devotions right here. It's kind of it's like what God taught. You feel me? So I sat Indian style, right? And you want to sit, back, straight. And how did I do this? I had my left hand in my lap, right? My hands are in my lap, sitting in this style. My left hand is on the bottom, right hand is on top, and my thumbs were just slightly touching. I mean, slightly. So the reason why I say slightly touching and the hand placement is because you got to remember, I'm energy. I'm all energy, like straight up. God sent me here to be an energy bar and to only speak His word. Like, that's my mission here on earth. Like, I came from the streets. Like, and yeah, what I did in the streets is what I did in the streets, but I couldn't tell you for how to be a gangster. Like, I'm just a thugger, you know what I mean? I was only put here to really talk God's word. Like, it's funny because I don't memorize the Bible or anything like that, but the scriptures and stuff just get downloaded. Like, my street code, you know what I mean, is the way that it is because me and my partner, my right-hand man, we live our principles and morals. And just like the Bible says, if two agree on something, you know what I mean, it will be done on earth. And the way we kind of conduct ourselves, especially with our ladies, if you ever notice, you'll never see me really bring up my lady in my life. Like, you might hear me talk about it in this devotional stuff because this is love. But when I was in that lifestyle, I never brought her up or even my children up because I just wanted to make sure you got to protect them. That's what they mean by keep your enemies close in your family, your family far. Because, there's a way to protect by being in the streets, but you have to really be in the streets. You got to be looking into the laws of the streets, the vibration. There's stuff like that, dog. You know what I mean? So with this exercise, right, that I'm telling y'all about, the reason why I just gave you a description of something like that is because I want you to go into the meditation with honestly thinking about your principles and morals, like really what you stand on, you know what I mean? Not the wrong, no negativity, positive things that are principles and morals. Like, you gotta understand, I have amazing principles and morals from coming from the streets, all right? So when you have your hands, left on bottom, right on top, thumb slightly touching, you will begin to feel a frequency between them. You gotta remember, I'm all about vibration, energy, right? So when you're meditating, when you're in that position, I want you to take 3 big breaths in through your nose, and you want to expand your stomach, okay? First, expand your stomach. So expand your stomach first, and then allow the air to travel to chest to expansion, all right? And then when you exhale, you want to decrease by the chest first and then the stomach, okay? So that's going to be the breathing technique the whole time. That's your main focus, all right? And have your eyes closed and your eyes looking up towards your spiritual eye, but really have your eyes looking up towards like your eyebrows, you know what I mean, straight up. And look there and try to keep your focus there the whole time that you're meditating. Like, I'm doing it right now and I'm moving my hands. It's cool. I can see like the energy of my hands moving with my eyes. It's cool, dog. Like, the things that I've been like enlightened on from this walk, you know what I mean, or this God talk, is why I'm sharing it with y'all, because I could not imagine who would not want to be able to have these superpowers. And it's honestly from these moments of having God talk that I've been able to do this, and I want you guys to be able to get there too, because what's the whole point of gaining the whole world if you can't share it with nobody, right? And what I desire for myself and everything that, Spirit is allowing me to honestly open up to, I desire for everybody else, truly. I desire everybody else to prosper in the same way that I'm prospering, and even further and even better, you know what I mean? And to teach me something, for real. So sitting in that meditation mode, how are we? We're sitting Indian style, left hand on the bottom, right hand on top, thumb slightly touching, right? Sitting straight up, you're breathing, expanding the stomach first, then chest, then exhaling, chest first, then stomach, right? You're gonna breathe like that for a duration. I did it for 15 minutes, but let's do it for 5, okay? I think 5 is significant for, especially like if you're just doing this. But remember, have your eyes closed, pointed up strictly at your spiritual eye, you know, between your eyebrows, the whole time of the inhale. And this is where the last pointer is of the meditation, is when you're inhaling and expanding like that. I want you to expand as far as you can. I want you to expand to it hurts, literally, okay? There's hurt and there's pain and there's like, oh my gosh, I'm injured, like I can't do this no more. Like, no, you want it to hurt. You want to activate that, okay? When you're feeling that slight pain, push it a little bit more, push it a little bit more, push it a little bit more. Activate it, okay? Don't be afraid of it. Welcome it. You know what I mean? That's why it hurts, because you've never expanded that far. Does it make sense to you? So activate it, but when you get there, hold it. And when I mean hold it, make sure your stomach is poked out, you know what I mean, full of air, and you're holding your stomach out hard like a rock. Like if somebody was to punch you, they would bounce back. All right? And simply say, I am who I am. And then hold it for a second, like let that digest, you know what I mean, from your conscious to your subconscious, from your, you know, your conscious to your 808, and then exhale. And exhale, you're gonna want to exhale fast. You're gonna like a balloon, but this is another part of the meditation, okay? Is when you're exhaling, control the exhale and do it slow. Like you're gonna want to go fast. You're gonna feel like, man, my body kind of hurts, like trying to control it. You're gonna skip breaths, like it's gonna go. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you know you're doing it right, okay? And continue to breathe in that fashion, doing that for 5 minutes straight, right? And after the 5 minutes, I want you to necessarily, first and foremost, take your left hand that's on the bottom, right, and put that right over your stomach, your bottom part of your stomach, okay? And then put your right hand over your left hand. And then I want you to breathe 3 big breaths that you were just doing the same way, same fashion. And that way, because your hands are energy points, okay? And they're gonna engage your bottom part of your chakras. Now this thing too, another reason why I'm doing this is like being a minority, right? Being black folk, you know what I mean? Especially from the streets. You know, I have a lot of trauma. I have a lot of pain, you know what I mean, from my childhood and just being in the streets of things that I've seen. So what we're doing, you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, and my thuggers, you know what I mean, is we're healing our chakras, our root chakras, our will chakras, things like that. I want to say things like that, like, you know, honestly, our fight or flight, we're healing those, okay? And what you're doing by putting your hands there is they're going to start spinning, okay? You're spinning those chakras. And then after you do that for 3 times, you're going to do the same thing. Take your left hand and put it over your heart, right hand over your left hand, and breathe in 3 times like that. But this time when you're at your heart chakra, when you breathe in, remember how you have your eyes pointing up towards your spiritual eye, which is in between your eyebrows, right? I want you just to imagine, right, that when you inhale this time, right, big breath, and you're expanding stomach, expanding chest, right? I want you to look as though you're looking straight out of your spiritual eye. Just imagine you're looking straight out of your spiritual eye. Because when you exhale, imagine that you're exhaling through your spiritual eye, okay? And do that 3 times. And then after that, I want you to take your hands and put them in prayer position right in front of your heart. And breathe in 3 times, doing the same thing, holding it, expanding, and breathing out through your spiritual spiritual eye chakra again. Okay, do that 3 times. And then we can say namaste.